Hey loves! So today I'm going to be doing a mini haul, well it's actually going to be a decently sized haul, and review of the new Disney Dare to Dream collection that is out at Walgreens right now. I was so confused when this happened. Basically, I had just reviewed the Belle Elf Disney Princess collection when everyone was telling me that this collection was out. And I thought it was so strange, and then when I went to Walgreens, I realized Elf's name was like nowhere on this. This is made by, oh god, I can't think of the name of them, and they're not on any of these palettes. I was so confused because there's no brand name anywhere on these, but essentially they're made by the same parent company that makes Wet n Wild. And I have some thoughts on the collection as a whole, but we're going to review each individual item and go through everything before I tell you what I think about it. So first off, we're going to talk about these beauty books. There are 3 beauty books in the collection, one for Ariel, one for Pocahontas, and where are you, Mulan? One for Mulan. And I think that they're all pretty different. Pocahontas's has a lot more warm toned shades, and then if you look at Ariel's, it's a lot of really bright colors, some greens, some bright blushes and whatnot. I have to say Pocahontas's is my favorite, so we're gonna start off with hers. As you can see, when you look at the inside, you have a little mirror right here, and then when you flip that back, you have a diagram of a few different looks to do with Pocahontas's palette. Then you just take this little plastic insert and flip that back, and then you have the shadows. So we're gonna start with those. We have a super light pastel blue called Dreamcatcher. Then we have this shimmery greenish teal color called Ripples. We have Riverbend, which is a true kind of brighter teal shade. Wingapo is a shimmery peach. This color, which is my ultimate favorite of anything in life, is called Warrior, and it's a really beautiful burgundy. Then we have a true terracotta orangey red color called Headstrong. In the browns, we start out with the shade Heroine, and this is sort of a mid-tone, just very neutral brown. We have Sycamore, and this is a shimmery dark brown, and then we have the shade Willow, which is a bronze with a lot of gold shimmer. Then down here we have a blush and a bronzer. The blush is called Sweet Sunberry, and it's not a coral color, it's honestly a really brownish pink. That's all there is to it. Then we have Voices of the Mountain, and I believe, yeah, this is matte. It is a matte light bronze color. We also have a lip gloss, I believe, called Always Be With You, and an eyeliner called New World Smolder. So I'm gonna do some swatches. This is Dreamcatcher. Ripples, by the way, all of these are just one pass. Seriously, they are crazy pigmented. So this is Ripples, and this is Riverbend. We have the shade Wingapo, and this really is pigmented. It just kind of blends right into my skin tone though. This is Warrior, and this is Headstrong. And then over here for the browns, we have the color Heroine, Sycamore, and Willow. Then we have the blush in Sweet Sunberry right here, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Then we have the bronzer in Voices of the Mountain. Both of these are 2 passes. And then we have the lip color in Always Be With You down here, and the just basic black liner. Now this is 1 pass, and so is this. Overall, this palette as a whole, if you can kind of see here, the shadows really, really tend to kick up a lot of dust, but they are so super pigmented, and once you have them on, it's they're a little bit dusty in the pan, but once I have them on my finger, when I put them on the hand, they just blended so smoothly. A little bit powdery, insanely pigmented, and these are $10 a piece. Hi Etsy. So at least for this palette, I think it's worth it. There's not a single dud in here. Even the eyeliner, which you would almost think is just a toss-in, is great. So Pocahontas's beauty book is a yes for sure. The next beauty book is the Ariel one. So this one is a lot more based on the blues and the purples. Whereas the last palette was really warm toned and you did have a lot of neutrals, this one is very, very bright. We will start off with the neutral trio right here. We have the color Treasures, and this is a shimmery golden peach. This is the color Snarf Blot. What? What is a Snarf Blot? Actually, a lot of the names in here are really weird. It's just a golden, bronzy color. Then down here we have Who's It's, and Who's It's is a really dark green. It's a very wearable, forest dark green. We have the shade Gadgets, and this is a shimmery baby pink. The color Thingamabobs is just a warm purpley color. And then What Sits is the final shade in this trio, and this is a very dark eggplant purple. Gizmos is a like shimmery mint green color. It actually matches my nails really well. Dingle Hopper is a like periwinkle light blue. And then down here is this gorgeous, gorgeous like matte cobalt color called Oceanid. For the blushes, we have Shell Spell, and this is a really gorgeous, like, bright corally pink. And then we have Coral Fixation, which is not a coral color. This is like a very bright hot pink. Then for the lipstick in this, which is not a lip gloss like the last palette, but the actual lipstick in here is What's a Fire. And this is not red. I don't know why they would call it fire in any way. It's more of a like hot pink. And then over here, we have another black liner that's just called Jetson Black. Sorry for the little light glare that may move a little bit. The sun is starting to set. This is Treasures, Snarf Blot, and Who's It. Then in the next row, we have Gadgets, which is surprisingly pigmented. The shade Thingamabobs, which is beautiful. I cannot wait to use that. And What's It. And then the last colors we have are Gizmos, which is my personal favorite. This entire trio is amazing. So Gizmos, Dingle Hopper, and Oceanid. I don't know what that word is. And then we have the two blushes, and both of these are 2 passes, but they are extremely pigmented. We have the color Shell Spell and Coral Fixation. Then down here we have What's a Fire lipstick and Jetson Black eyeliner. This eyeliner is not as black as the one in the Pocahontas palette, but I mean, I probably will never reach for it. So again, this gets an absolute yes in my book. Every single thing in here. I will say that the eyeliner is kind of disappointing compared to the last one, but it's okay. There was not a single flop in this palette. I'm incredibly, incredibly impressed. The last palette we have is Mulan's, and I guess it's sort of like a fine line between the last two. It's a little bit on the warmer side, but you definitely have some bright colors. Really not a whole lot of neutral in this one. I feel like hers is like the prettiest. She looks so beautiful right there. But we'll start off with the colors at the very top here. We have Porcelain, which is just a stark white. Honor, which is a really gorgeous shimmery peachy color. This is the shade Blossom, and that is a shimmery purple. Serenity is a like kind of dark mid-toned pink. Then this color is Tranquil, and compared to the burgundy in the Pocahontas palette, this one is much more red. It's like a true red color. This is the color Fortune, and that's like a kind of, it's really similar to the color in my shirt actually. It's like a foresty green. This is the color Typhoon, and that's a really light golden color. We have Jade, which is a soft minty color with a little bit more blue than the mint in the last palette, and Destiny, which is a greenish dark black. And then we have 2 blushes here. This is Dynasty Dahlia, which is kind of like a purpley mid-tone pink. Then we have Palace Pousse, I don't know. And that is a shimmery true red. And then for the lip color in here, we have a true red shade for the lipstick, and this is Mushu's Flame. And then for the eyeliner, we have another black, and this is Raven Haired Bun. This palette was a tiny bit hit or miss. Some shades, and I couldn't really keep track, were multiple passes. Some were only 1. This white, for example, Porcelain, was just 1 pass. It's beautiful. We have Honor and then Blossom, and this one was super pigmented as well. The color Serenity took like 2 passes, I believe. The color Tranquil was super pigmented. This color Fortune, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the pan. It's just a like foresty shimmery green, and it does not, like, there's nothing to it. It's definitely lacking in the pigmentation department. Then the final row here is Typhoon, Jade, and Destiny, all 3 of which were very pigmented. Then we have the 2 blushes, and these are only 1 pass apiece. Dynasty Dahlia, and then Palace Pace, I think. And then down here, I thought that Mushu's Fire was going to be more of a true red, but it's actually very, very pinky in its undertone. It reminds me a lot, like, I don't own the lipstick, but it's almost identical to MAC's Party Parrot, which I've never been able to dupe before, so I'm really excited about that. And then the eyeliner in this palette, just a black, but it's, I think, almost the same formula as the one in the Pocahontas palette. Overall, I would say that the eyeshadows, you have 1 real dud, and then the others were kind of hit or miss. Some took 2 passes, some only took 1. I still think it's a great one, especially for this lipstick color and those 2 beautiful blushes. So other than the beauty books, there were a few additional products in these collections, and I was really underwhelmed by the majority of it. The packaging wasn't that nice. If you compare these beauty books to the e.l.f. ones, they're a lot bulkier. Yes, the artwork is beautiful, but they're just not as pretty, and that's how I felt with the rest of the collection as well. It was almost like kiddish, I guess you could say. The packaging just looked cheap and the products were like colored lip balms and stuff like that. So I did actually wind up picking up a few more things from Pocahontas's line because it was the one that stood out to me the most. The first thing is the retractable luminizer. I'm not really sure if this came in like multiple shades, but I did think, again, the packaging just looks kind of cheap. I really got spoiled with the e.l.f. collections because the packaging was beautiful on all of it, and it was glued into the package and there's like glue residue. I don't know, this seems like something I would have gotten as a kid in like a toy makeup set or something like that. But it's a cream formula and it's just a very light pearly shade. It is somewhat pigmented. Let's see what it does with one pass. Yeah, it's pigmented for sure. Let's see how it looks when it's blended in. I want to like this, I really do, but I feel like it really doesn't add that much for being a cream luminizer. It doesn't really feel greasy on the skin. It's sinking in quite quickly, so maybe if you wanted like a more natural luminizer and you didn't mind like the really cheap packaging, this could be good, but if I could go back, I would have saved the couple of dollars that I spent on this. The last thing that I picked up, again from the Pocahontas collection, is the bronzer set. Again, packaging is super cheap, not that pretty. I'm disappointed because the e.l.f. ones were so beautiful, but here's what the bronzer looks like, and it's just a really super light bronze color. It's not like overly pigmented. Oh no, it's actually, I take my words back, that's a beautiful bronzer. That reminds me a lot of the IT Cosmetics Vitality bronzer that's like ridiculously expensive that I'm using right now. I have it on my face. I'm sorry for the sun glare, I know it's getting really bad. But you also get a brush in here that's not worth anything. It literally, like, this looks like a joke. It's just one of those like straight cut brushes. So that's pretty much all that I got from the collection, and I want to chat really quickly about how I feel about the switch over from e.l.f. to whatever this brand is. These beauty books are beautiful, and they are truly a unique sort of product. All three of them got a big yes for me, not for being inexpensive products, but for being such good products. I didn't have a single complaint with any of them aside from like this Fortune color in Mulan. My favorite is for sure Pocahontas, but even so, they don't feel that nice. They are cardboard, they don't feel that weighty. I mean, if you can get past that and be okay with the like look of them, the artwork is pretty, then they're great. The pigmentation is there, they're beautiful, they seem to blend well. I haven't really used them on the face, but upon initial swatching, they seem awesome. I would even say the eyeshadows are more pigmented than the ones in the e.l.f. collections, but what e.l.f. had over this new brand is number one, packaging. Number two, they just seemed better thought out. I'm really just kind of disappointed with especially the packaging on these. Yes, prices were a tiny bit lower, but like, what is this? This is not going to be used for anything, and I don't know. I was really disappointed in that. I was really disappointed in the packaging on the additional items from this collection. If you really want some stuff from the collection, stick with the beauty books for sure. These are great. They're a no-brainer. They're 10 bucks a piece. You will not regret them. I mean, the bronzer's fine. I really do like this a lot, actually. I would skip the luminizer, but if you're getting the bronzer, just know that this brush is useless. I'm gonna go ahead and go, you guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, and until next time, my loves, I will see you super soon. Bye.